To tackle pressing issues in our nation, such as unequal maternal health care services, gender-inclusive agricultural support for small-scale women farmers, access to loans, and much more, the International Center for Investigative Reporting presents Spark 2.2, a 30-minute radio program aimed at igniting discussions on these challenges and preferring solutions to them. Spark 2.2 airs every weekday on different radio stations across Nigeria. Mondays, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, 5 to 5:30 p.m. Tuesdays, Anambra Broadcasting Services, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Wednesdays, Freedom FM Kano and Jigawa, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Thursdays, Prestige FM Mina, 5:30 to 6 p.m. Fridays, Live Radio Ibadan and Sweet FM Abeokuta, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Spark 2.2 is supported by the International Budget Partnership, IBP.
Joining me now to share expertise on our topic, insecurity and its impact on smallholder women farmers, is Comrade Salihu Dantata Mahmood, a security expert, and Wakilat Okeji, an FCT SWAFON member. You're both welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Nigerians, and you, the erudite anchor person.
Thank you so much.
Good evening.
Thank you. And to your esteemed listener, the telephone line to make your contributions are 0915 091 0482 or 0915 091 0483. You can send your questions on WhatsApp to 0810 250 7975. I'll take that again, 0810 250 7579. We're also live on Facebook at the ICIR. Don't forget to include your name and location. So let's delve into what we have for today. I'll be starting with you, Wakilat, as a SWAFON member. How has insecurity such as violence, land conflict, or displacement affected smallholder women farmers and their ability to produce living?
This is a huge topic, and
yes.
It's been here with us for a very long time.
Okay.
And insecurity, as we all know it, we are feeling it. Everybody in Nigeria is feeling the impact of insecurity. Mm-hmm. So as a smallholder women farmer, the access to our farm is limited because of insecurity. We don't go to the far places anymore. We are confined to farming where people can see us, and that is not sustainable. That cannot ensure food security for Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And talking about the impact on our livelihood mm-hmm. and our income, we cannot take what we grow in a very small space to the market. Mm-hmm. So it's just for personal consumption now. We are not able to earn from producing more because we don't have access. Okay. And where we even have access to produce, we still battle header clashes. Like, thank God you made mention of the incidents. It's not only this is just a one case. It mm-hmm. happens everywhere. The last time I tried to farm with my colleague in a remote community because of land, you mm-hmm. know the problem with women and access to land. So we got land and we farmed it. Before you know it, the cows have invaded our farm, mm-hmm. and when we can't protest anyway, we had to go to the community chief for the owners of the cattle and all of that. So when we got there, the settlement they gave us could not even compare mm-hmm. to what we have invested. Mm-hmm. Imagine investing over 60,000 naira and they are asked to pay 12,000 naira for the. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't. So we've lost. We will not only lose resources. Money, mm-hmm. we'll lose time because we can't farm again. Mm-hmm. We have lost time, so the production that year is affected. Mm-hmm. So in that farm, instead of getting maybe like 60-70 bags, you're just getting barely 2 bags of grains mm-hmm. for that production. So it doesn't really add up, and because of that, I have lost interest in that kind of cooperative farming mm-hmm. where I cannot I cannot be guaranteed of the outcome of
even farming for that period.
Yeah, it affects so much of our income and our livelihood.
That's so heartbreaking to hear. But thank you for that insight. Comrade, as a security expert, what's data showing with respect to insecurity on smallholder women farmers generally? I said, what's the data showing with respect to insecurity concerning...
If you go to MBS data, that is Bureau of Statistics,
yes,
and even data from the various security agencies, you will see that the female farming that used to constitute about 40 before has dropped to barely 10.
Oh, wow.
And I can give you reasons for this. Let us start from geopolitical zones. For example, the insecurity in these geopolitical zones differs, which you know. And you know that of northeastern part of Nigeria commenced as a result of religious misinformation, where they said education is sin. Then when you go to northwestern states of Katsina as well as Zamfara, there is illegal gold mines that cropped up the insecurity. There is also the feudal clash between the Fulani and the Hausa in those states, which even extended to Sokoto. But when you come to states like Kogi, Kwara, Niger, and others, it is the inability of the security agencies to tackle the fleeing bandits as well as the insurgents that escalated it to this north-central states. Those of Plateau and Benue also differs. It has to do with communal issues. Because the Plateau crisis of insecurity has to do with settler, indigenous, what have you. Then again, that of Benue, herders, indigenous, as well as other little issues. Be it as it may, were these areas to be properly governed, when I say governed, maybe at least you have sophisticated police outposts, divisional headquarters, or those of the civil defense, or even army cantonment, or if it is a riverine area, naval base or air force base, it wouldn't have been so. So there are many ungoverned areas. And in most states, it might interest you to know that even in some northwestern states of Kebbi, Zamfara, Jigawa, or the same way men farm, same way the women farm. Beyond just for consumption, for commercial purposes also. Let me take example from Plateau. This Irish potato. Majority of the Irish potato farms are for the women. They managed it. They own it. At the end of the harvest, they transport them to either FCT or other states, and it goes that way. Then when you go to Kwara State, for instance, there is a border town called Chikanda. There are other ones called Yashikira, Nyani, Gure, Okuta, which are also close to Benin Republic. Majorly there, the women there farm yam, cassava, soya bean, shea butter, and also of others. And the shea butter, for instance, goes beyond the shores of Nigeria because there are expatriates that come and get them exported. But with insecurity of the Mahmuda terrorist invasion there, those women have been disconnected with their farms. Then come to states like Benue. You know, traditionally, the Tiv people love farming. Women in Konshisha, Kasina Ala, Boko, Alede, and host of others, they farm very well. In fact, sometimes you could find their men in beer parlors in the afternoon enjoying palm wine and oysters, while the women are in farm because at the end of the harvest, they also bring these yams you see in one of the Benue yam markets. Majorly belongs to women that farmed it. So, but this herdsmen invasion of certain area where you even knew in Yelwata it was a complete genocide, even though some other tribes and religions also died there, which made it not to look like one-sided, what have you. So as a whole, it has reduced proportionally the participation of women folk in agricultural activities, particularly at this time that the National Economic Council is trying to advocate for movement from oil revenue to non-oil revenue. And when you talk about non-oil revenue, the first thing that comes is agriculture. going agriculture, it is under agriculture you got livestock. It might interest you to know that in states like Kebbi, Kwara, Niger, women also rear cattle. Then again, with the commercial poultry farming, you see women who have some loans obtained from maybe Nigeria Agricultural Insurance Company or Agricultural Cooperative Bank, goes to other states other than theirs. Because I know a woman, for instance, from Ogun State, who before this insurgency had farms in Shinkapi, Zamfara State, had in Maru, had in Ahe, all in Zamfara State.
Okay. Thank you, Comrade. We'll come back to that. Thank you for all the statistics you've given. Wakilat, what specific gender-based violence do women farmers face during attacks?
A lot, and that is why most of us stop going to the farm. Okay. Apart from assault, physical assault, there is rape, and there's dispossession of valuables. So those are the kind of violence that women face. Because if you're not accompanied to your farm by men or by people who can, sometimes men cannot even withstand the weapons.
They might just even run away. Sir.
Yes, the weapons that they bring. So rape and physical assault is what we fear the most, because dispossession, when you are dispossessed of your goods, of your valuables, you can't get them back. But when you are molested, your dignity is affected. Your psychosocial state too is very much affected. So it doesn't even make us to have that energy to say let's strive, let's do. So we can only do as much as we can, and that is why, like I said, it's biting deep to all the parts of the nation. Like, it's not only me as a farmer that I'm feeling the brunt of the insecurity. True. Things that we used to get access to easily before, you and I no longer are able to get it as cheaply as we used to get it. So physical assault, rape, and also dispossession of valuables. Yes.
Thank you for that, Comrade. How do farmer-header conflict and banditry harm women compared to male farmers?
Well, in that direction, same way they harm women they do to men, because when these bandits come,
I may no more stronger than
let me come there. When the herdsmen comes, same way they massacre women, children, same way they massacre men. I can tell you today, in some northwestern states, they even left some female folk than the men folk, where some communities there that still survived the armed banditry has more population of women than men. So most of these bandits you see, they don't carry out this onslaught with ordinary eye.
True.
They either take kolo, loud marijuana, and other substances. And that is why we have severally told government, don't do this fire brigade approach of saying we are forming only operational squads, maybe Operation Fansa Yama, Hadinkai. No, go beyond that, establish permanent security structures. If you don't have the budget for that of the Army or Air Force, the police that have the constitutional responsibility of internal security. I want to assure you, you go to many remotest parts where farming activities take place, they don't even have outposts with 20 AK-47. Talk more of the manpower.
To just make them vulnerable.
That is the issue. Issues of rape, the women always are the receiving end, because when they invade, let me even give you an example of the herders that goes invade farms and what have you. The moment they invade your farm, the cattle finish eating all your plantations and what have you, when they go rape your wives, female children, they do that and host of other things. That happens so well. But as for the killings, I can say they even kill more men than women, because I had story of herdsmen that invaded a Benue farm. When they invaded that farm, they left the women and the children, but slaughtered the men, because they say if they leave them, they will develop and grow more and more. So they killed the men and left the women. But there are certain areas where women are the receiving end, because there were certain farms in Kogi State, by statistics, where the Fulani herdsmen invaded and they killed many women. And the reason was this: the men were in the deep farm while they left them at the tomato and granite plantation, and that occurred.
That's so heartbreaking to hear. Remember, you're tuned to the network service of Radio Nigeria, and the program is SPARK, brought to you by the International Center for Investigative Reporting and supported by the International Budget Partnership. We have been discussing insecurity and its impact on smallholder women farmers. We'll go on a short break now, and when we return, we'll be taking your calls for questions and contributions. Please stay tuned.
To tackle pressing issues in our nation, such as unequal maternal health care services, gender-inclusive agricultural support for small-scale women farmers, access to loans, and much more, the International Center for Investigative Reporting presents SPARK 2.2, a 30-minute radio program aimed at igniting discussions on these challenges and preferring solutions to them. SPARK 2.2 airs every weekday on different radio stations across Nigeria. Mondays, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, 5 to 5:30 p.m. Tuesdays, Anambra Broadcasting Services, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Wednesdays, Freedom FM Kano and Jigawa, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Thursdays, Prestige FM Mina, 5:30 to 6 p.m. Fridays, Live Radio Ibadan and Sweet FM Abeokuta, 4 to 4:30 p.m. SPARK 2.2 is supported by the International Budget Partnership, IBP.
And we've been discussing insecurity and its impact on smallholder women farmers. The telephone line for you to make your contributions or ask questions are 0808 2814 453. I'll take that again, 0808 2814 453. I'll come to you, Wakilat. Do you have any personal story of displacement or crop loss due to banditry? I think we have a caller. Your headphone. Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Glory.
Okay, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, Glory.
Yes, I'm calling from Kado.
Kado, what's your question, please?
Thank you for this program. Yes, I'll just go straight to my question. This is asking about insecurity. So I want to ask, the current agricultural and security policies, are they gender sensitive enough to protect more women?
Okay, if they're gender sensitive enough to protect women farmers. Thank you so much for calling. Did you hear that question?
Yes,
I think you should take that.
Okay, you want to answer?
Yes, please.
Well, regarding the security agencies, whether...
I think we have another caller. Sorry, please hold that thought. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Adam West. I'm calling from Villager.
Thank you so much. What's your question?
People have really spoken very well.
Thank
All
you.
what my guest, good evening, sir.
Good evening, my Oga.
What my guest said about it's all true. And this my madam who was there, who is there. In fact, all what she said is true. Women are not being given free hand to farm. It's very hard. I don't know why some men are so wicked. What is the problem with our men, with the bandit? Carrying gun, spraying bullets on the innocent citizens on the farm. I think I would a little bit blame our government. They should take decisive, I don't know, capital punishment for this people. Anybody that is caught, no question of taking them to court. 7 days is enough to judge their case because this is confirmed. They should be executed. This is just done in China or the advanced countries. We should, if you cannot farm, if you are stopping us from farming, that means you want to kill us. Anybody who would want to prevent you from farming, the person wants to kill the whole nation. So that person should not be allowed to live too. May God Almighty God continue to guide our women, guide our children. How can you follow women to the farm and assess them, molest them? Don't they have mothers? Madam.
Thank you so much, Adama, for that contribution.
Continue to guide us.
Thank you so much.
Adam West, thank you.
Adam West, thank you so much. You heard what he said.
Yes. So, like I was saying, you see, in security, once you are planning or you are making strategy, you do it generally for male and female.
And female, instead of just...
That is it.
Okay.
So, and the security agencies from the armed forces, which starts from Army, Navy, Air Force, to police, to DSS, to security and civil defense, to even immigration, customs and others, they are always gender sensitive. That is why once issues involves women, maybe slaughtering or rape and what have you, they don't take it lightly. I can give you an example of like Force CID that is close to you here. When you go there, there is a full-fledged gender section headed by a commissioner of police. Okay. So that is the sensitivity of the security agencies towards gender-based issues. But the issues are, you know, we have the security agencies have shortage of manpower. Don't forget of recent, Mr. President even said they should withdraw some police officers escorting people who are not constitutionally banded and what have you. The issues are mostly where women go for their farming activities, are isolated areas, and mostly formed along some abandoned forests. Once issues of attack is happening, for reinforcement to get to those areas is always difficult. That is why the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, don't forget,
so please hold that thought. I think we have another caller. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening.
Sorry, good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Christian. I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay. What's your question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, what's your question, please?
Yes. My question is this insecurity. Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
The problem of insecurity, how does it affect the livelihood? And what are the strategies that we can implement to support them and the challenges improving their agricultural productivity?
Okay, thank you so much for that.
So like I was saying,
thank you so much.
Okay.
Mr. President set up, he consented to the forest guards. Right now, it is in conjunction with traditional chiefs, local government chairmen, to be able to adequately protect our forests. And these are areas where farming activities takes place. So that is to tell you, henceforth, most women that have been involved in either commercial or what have you will have protection.
Okay.
Yes. Then in the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense, for instance, we have agro rangers.
Okay.
These agro rangers,
are they still functional?
The agro rangers are still functional, but the issue is that they have been embarking on misplaced priority. Rather than posting them to guard the forest and protect farms, all they do is maybe attach them to so crime de la crime, which ought not to be. So I think the First Lady, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, should make the Commander-in-Chief know that agro rangers in Nigerian Security and Civil Defense have the responsibility to also protect farms, because that was the reason why they were given that combat training and recruited into NSCDC, not just to be following local government chairmen or escorts and what have you. So the issues are there are certain security agencies that have that responsibility. When you go to Army, for instance, when you see amphibious brigade, they know the forest and farms very well. And for the police too, I think the Inspector General of Police, just the way they set up counter-terrorism unit, they should set up a unit that will always check farms across the country. They can do it in conjunction with divisional headquarters of the police already existing, state area command, state commands, zonal command, and most of others. Once this is done, women going to farm will know that when I get there and there's anything, there is distress number. If at the point of attack, I can call.
True. Thank you so much for that. Wahilat, I wanted to just ask you this quick one. What immediate protection do you think the government can adopt to make going to the farm very safe for farmers?
I just look Nigeria's case, I don't know. Because I'm just thinking security is not supposed to be this daunting for government. True. Because what affects the farm affects other parts of the country. True. You cannot say counter-terrorism units is in isolation from forest activities going on, because these terrorists, where do they camp? They camp in the farms. They camp in the forest. Yeah. You cannot say you cannot have an eagle eye of your territory. you cannot secure your territory. Do you understand? What are the drones meant for? What are the security architecture of the country supposed to be doing? Are we supposed to have an unguarded territory and we have guarded territory in a country that is sovereign? It's not supposed to be. So we're supposed to have moved past this issue of these are the things the government should be doing
now. Yes.
Now we are supposed to be seeing results, because once one part of the government is affected, the other part, it shows that we are porous. It shows that as a country we are not guarded. If our, like the caller said, once you don't have food, once your food security is affected, that means you are ready to kill all your citizens.
True.
And that's the pure truth. So if I think they can do beyond just talking. They can do, like I said, having surveillance around the country is enough protection for us to know that, okay, the airspace can see what is happening in the ground. And the ground, the police and everybody, they are working in unison to see that everything is working effectively. So it's not supposed to be something that that we should be talking about. It's too, I don't know. It's messed up already.
Comrade, as we round off, what's, in your opinion, lasting solution to insecurity in Nigeria, especially regarding to smallholder women?
Well, the lasting solution is that our forests should be properly combed.
Okay.
You can insert CCTV in the forests.
Okay.
And thank God we now have forest guards. Then enhancement of intelligence. We have intelligence officers and DSS for CID and what have you, but they are not found in most of these areas where farms are sited. Then dilapidated nature of roads. Without good roads, there can be security also. Most of these non-state actors, they bank on certain militating factors to wreak havoc.
True.
Like most areas reported, where they go and carry out their onslaught, you see that for 62 kilometers journey, you spend 6 hours. So if any onslaught is taking place, you are on your own. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Wawa, where they arrested the Mahmuda terrorist leader. Wawa to Kayama in Kwara North is 67 kilometers. But due to dilapidated nature of roads, you have to spend 5 to 6 hours. And when Mahmuda terrorists came and camped in those areas, even at the time the chief of army staff, who is now chief of defense, went to give order, it took the army response squad time to be able to get to certain areas.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Thank you for joining us, Comrade and Wakilat. We've had an insightful section today. Don't let insecurity steal our food. Secure tomorrow's harvest. Thank you for listening. Join us next time. Many thanks to the studio manager, Rosemary Chris Wongu, the producer, Vivian Onowewari, the engineer, Adefemi Moko, and the ICR social media team led today by Israel Shoshimi and Vincent Yoyoshu. I am Blessing Ebireri.